In this video, we honor the remarkable stars we lost in just the past few days. From legendary filmmakers and beloved actors to unforgettable voices and icons, their journeys touched millions. Stay with us as we remember their lives, legacies, and timeless impact. An icon of cinema, David Lynch transformed dreams into eerie cinema with Twin Peaks and Mulholland Drive. Remember that uncanny gaze? At his peak, he redefined surreal storytelling. He passed on January 16, 2025, age 78, after battling emphysema, a quiet, painful end. His strange, beautiful legacy will haunt us forever. The world once swooned for Roberta Flack's velvet voice and the hush of Killing Me Softly. At her height, she turned heartbreak into Grammy-winning solace. She died February 24, 2025, aged 88, after complications from ALS. How do we measure such a gentle, towering gift? Her songs keep answering, tender, aching, immortal. When talking about acting, you can't omit Gene Hackman's fierce, weathered presence, from The French Connection to Unforgiven. Once the industry's moral compass, his peak performances demanded breathless attention. Found dead February 26, 2025, aged 95, his passing felt surreal. Oh, the characters he taught us to fear and love. His legacy remains monumental. In the 1980s, Val Kilmer exploded onto screens with chameleonic turns in Top Gun and The Doors. His fearless risk-taking made him unforgettable. At the end, he battled illness with dignity. He died April 1, 2025, age 65, from pneumonia after long health struggles. What a voice gone. His fiery performances burn on. The image of Barbie's shoe in Meteor Garden remains etched across Asia. Who didn't fall for her spark? At her prime, she was every romantic heartbeat on screen. She died February 2, 2025, age 48, from influenza-induced pneumonia while on holiday. Isn't it cruel how swift illness can take a bright light? Her warmth lives on. At the height of his career, Michael Madsen embodied gritty menace, from Reservoir Dogs to Donnie Brasco. Those steely eyes carved unforgettable villains. He died July 3, 2025, age 67, at home from cardiac arrest. Oh, the shock and sorrow. We will replay his rough poetry on screen and remember the roar of his talent. When talking about rock, you can't omit Ozzy Osbourne's wild howl in Sabbath's Thunder. He ripped the rulebook, then softened into a family man on TV. He died July 22, 2025, age 76, from cardiac arrest linked to long-standing heart disease and Parkinson's. Oh my, what a tumultuous, indomitable life. His riffs will haunt arenas forever. In the 1980s, Hulk Hogan ignited wrestling like no other, thundering into arenas with charisma that made him a global superstar. Hulkamania wasn't just a slogan, it was a movement. He passed July 24, 2025, age 71, from cardiac arrest amid health battles. What memories he left, his power, his showmanship, his indelible roar. Few can forget when Robert Redford lit up screens in Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. A Hollywood icon, he embodied elegance, rebellion, and truth through decades of film and direction. He passed away at home on September 16, 2025, aged 89. What a graceful farewell. His artistry, his Sundance legacy, will inspire forever. Few will forget when David Seidler reshaped history with The King's Speech, an intimate, fierce portrait of a monarch finding his voice. He turned personal struggle into universal art, winning an Oscar and moving millions. Seidler died on the 16th of March 2024 at 86. Cause not publicly disclosed. His legacy? Courage to speak, forever echoing. The world once swooned for Steve Harley's swagger as Cockney Rebels frontman. Make Me Smile became an anthem. He was a poet turned rocker who turned vulnerability into glamour, leaving stages lit with raw emotion. Harley died 17th March 2024, age 73, after battling cancer. Oh, the songs remain. A voice that keeps making us smile. When remembering Joe Camp, we see a little stray dog who taught us kindness. Benji's creator turned modest charm into cinematic heart. His films soothed generations. His independent spirit inspired filmmakers. Camp died 15th March 2024 at 84 after a long illness. Grieve we must, but Benji's gentle legacy keeps wagging on hearts worldwide. At the height of his raconteur fame, Malachi McCourt charmed crowds with wit and whiskey-laced stories. A brother to Frank, he made memoir and mischief into an art form, a living bridge between Limerick and New York. McCourt died 11th of March 2024 at 92, cause not disclosed. His laugh and those stories remain unforgettable. Few will forget when Carl Wallinger filled radio waves with Ship of Fools and World Party's wistful anthems, a craftsman who played most instruments himself. He battled setbacks with stubborn brilliance, returning from health scares to write songs that lingered. Wallinger died 10th of March 2024 at 66 from a stroke. His melodies will haunt and heal us. The world once swooned for Eric Carmen's piano-crafted Heartbreak. All by Myself carved solitude into song. He gave pop a classical sweep and wrote earworms that became our private soundtracks. Carmen died 10th of March 2024 at 74. No cause disclosed. We ache, but his melodies remain the soundtrack to our loneliest and brightest nights. Few will forget when Robin Bernard's Terry Brock lit daytime drama with raw vulnerability. A singer, actress who made soap opera grief feel real. Her struggles were public, her talent undeniable. Bernard was found dead 12th March 2024 at 64. Cause pending investigation. Let us mourn gently and remember the fragile, fierce soul she shared on screen. Few can forget when Steve Lawrence crooned with effortless charm. He and 80 Gourmet ruled lounges and TV, a pop swing duo who won hearts and awards. He died on March 7th, 2024, aged 88, from complications of Alzheimer's. Do you remember his warm, crooning voice? When we mention Sister Wives, we remember Garrison Brown's quiet presence on screen. He grew up under public gaze, forging his own path amid family drama. He died March 5th, 2024, aged 25, by suicide. How do we hold compassion for those we watch grow? We mourn and remember him. A symbol of Southern rock, Britt Turner drove Blackberry Smoke with thunderous drums and steady heart. He co-founded the band, shaping anthems fans still scream back. He died March 3rd, 2024, age 57 after a battle with glioblastoma. Will his drumbeat ever fade? At the height of his career, Jim Beard dazzled as a keyboardist. From jazz stages to Steely Dan tours, his playing elevated legends. He died March 2nd, 2024, age 63 after a sudden illness. Can music ever forget such touch? His harmonies live on in every note he left behind. When we think of the creatures that haunted our childhood screens, Mark Dodson's voice comes back. A prolific voice actor, salacious crumb among his credits, he lent character to monsters and memories. He passed peacefully on March 2nd, 2024, aged 64. Listen closely. Do you still hear him? A symbol of fearless style, Iris Apfel dazzled with oversized glasses and boundless color. From White House textiles to Met exhibitions, she taught us more is more. She died March 1st, 2024, age 102. No cause disclosed. Will her boldness ever fade? Her influence sparkles on. When mentioning modern manga, you cannot forget Akira Toriyama's electric imagination. Creator of Dragon Ball and beloved character designer, he reshaped generations in games. He died March 8, 2024, age 68, reportedly from an acute subdural hematoma. Can we ever top that imagination? Few could forget when Michael Virgil Jones lit up the stage with his electrifying performances. His soulful presence and iconic hits of the 80s captivated generations. Passing on September 8th at 73, we mourn a true legend whose music will echo forever in our hearts. The world once marveled at Michael Culver's commanding presence on screen. From unforgettable roles in classic British dramas to timeless character portrayals, he was a beacon of talent. Michael passed away on September 12th at 86, leaving an indelible legacy cherished by audiences worldwide. A master of wit and satire, Richard Lewis made audiences laugh and reflect alike. His sharp humor defined an era of comedy, and his performances remain unforgettable. Losing him on September 14th at 77 leaves a void, yet his legacy of laughter and insight will endure eternally. When we think of gritty, unforgettable roles, Charles Deerkop comes to mind instantly. His commanding portrayals in film classics made him unforgettable. Passing on September 9th at 88, he leaves behind a cinematic legacy that will continue to inspire aspiring actors everywhere. At the height of his career, Kenneth Mitchell brought intensity and authenticity to every role. Audiences were captivated by his performances on stage and screen. Tragically passing at 50 in an accident on September 5th, we remember a rising star whose passion left a permanent mark. Few will forget Chris Gauthier's subtle yet powerful performances. He had a unique ability to make each character memorable, leaving audiences inspired. Losing him at 47 on September 10th, we mourn a gifted artist whose talent and dedication will be forever celebrated. A symbol of grace and versatility, Pamela Salem enchanted viewers with her unforgettable roles. From captivating dramas to iconic television appearances, she left a lasting impression. Passing peacefully at 80 on September 11th, her legacy continues to inspire and remind us of her brilliance. Few can forget when Tony Ganios burst onto the screen with his unforgettable energy in The Wanderers. A 1980s icon, his charisma lit every scene. Passing on the 15th of September 2024 at 65, Tony leaves behind a legacy of bold performances that still inspire awe and nostalgia. The world once adored Anne Whitfield's luminous presence in classic television dramas. A timeless star of the 1950s, her elegance and grace captivated audiences. Anne passed on the 3rd of September 2024 at 86, leaving a profound imprint on Hollywood's golden era and cherished memories in every heart. At the peak of television production, E. Duke Vincent transformed the industry with his visionary work. Remembered for Dynasty and countless hits, his creative genius shaped generations. He passed on 28 August 2024 at 92, leaving a monumental legacy that forever altered the world of entertainment. Few can forget when Henry Fambro's soul-stirring voice elevated the Spinners to legendary status. A Motown treasure, he carried decades of musical brilliance. Henry passed on 10th September 2024 at 85, leaving behind songs that resonate eternally and a legacy of heartfelt harmony. At the height of her cinematic charm, Cecilia Gentili captivated audiences with unforgettable performances, a rising star whose talent shone brightly in the early 2000s. Cecilia tragically passed on 22nd August 2024 at 52, leaving fans mourning and cherishing her luminous, brief yet unforgettable legacy. When remembering American country music, one cannot forget Toby Keith's anthems that echoed across stadiums, a performer whose songs became the soundtrack of countless lives. Toby passed on the 30th of September 2024 at 63, leaving behind melodies and a patriotic spirit that will endure forever. Legacy. A symbol of classic Hollywood, Don Murray's performances in Bus Stop remain etched in memory. From Broadway to the big screen, his craft inspired generations. Don passed on the 5th of September 2024 at 95, leaving a monumental legacy of dedication, artistry, and timeless cinematic excellence. Few can forget when Wayne Kramer ignited the stage with the electrifying riffs of MC5. A rock pioneer of the late 1960s, his energy defined an era. Wayne passed on the 12th of September 2024 at 76, leaving a blazing legacy of raw passion and musical rebellion. The world once adored Carl Weathers' commanding presence in Rocky and Predator. At the peak of his career, he brought unforgettable strength and charisma to every role. Carl passed on the 18th of September 2024 at 76, leaving fans mourning a true action legend. At the height of his creative genius, Mark Gustafson shaped the world of animation with his groundbreaking work. A visionary of stop motion and storytelling, he inspired countless artists. Mark passed on 21st August 2024 at 65, leaving behind a legacy of innovation and imagination. A symbol of Broadway brilliance, Chita Rivera's electrifying performances in West Side Story captivated generations. Her unmatched talent and grace defined the stage. Chita passed on the 19th of July 2023 at 90, leaving an eternal mark on musical theater in the hearts of countless fans. Few can forget when Hinton Battle's dazzling dance and acting earned him Broadway acclaim. A triple Tony winner whose energy lit every performance. Hinton passed on 25th August 2024 at 68, leaving behind a legacy of artistry, inspiration, and unforgettable stage magic. When recalling Italian cinema, one cannot miss Sandra Milo's unforgettable charm in classic films. Her elegance and vivacity enchanted audiences for decades. Sandra passed on the 7th of September 2024 at 91, leaving a timeless legacy of grace, humor, and cinematic brilliance. Few can forget when Melanie Safka's soulful voice became the soundtrack of the 1970s, a singer-songwriter whose songs touched hearts worldwide. Melanie passed on the 2nd of September 2024 at 77, leaving an enduring legacy of poetic melodies and emotional resonance that will echo forever. Few can forget when Charles Osgood's calm, reassuring voice guided millions through the news. A symbol of journalistic integrity, his presence brought trust and warmth. Charles passed on the 12th of September 2024 at 91, leaving behind a legacy of truth, professionalism, and enduring inspiration. The world once adored Gary Graham's unforgettable roles in science fiction classics. At his peak, he brought intensity and depth to every character. Gary passed on the 20th of September 2024 to 74, leaving fans mourning a versatile actor whose performances will echo forever. Few can forget when Mary Weiss's electrifying vocals defined the Shangri-La's iconic hits, a voice that captured teenage hearts in the 1960s. Mary passed on August 18, 2024 at 86, leaving a legacy of timeless music that continues to inspire generations. A symbol of cinematic brilliance, Norman Jewison's direction of films like In the Heat of the Night reshaped Hollywood. His visionary storytelling captivated audiences worldwide. Norman passed on the 14th of September 2024 at 98, leaving an enduring legacy of artistry, courage, and cinematic excellence. Few can forget when David Lynch's chilling performance in Dawn of the Dead terrified and thrilled audiences. A horror icon of the 1970s, his talent remains unforgettable. David passed on 22nd August 2024 at 78, leaving behind a legacy of suspense, fear, and cinematic thrills. At the height of his career, David Gale's roles on stage and screen captivated audiences with depth and authenticity. His talent shone brightly in drama and comedy alike. David passed on the 2nd of September 2024 at 59, leaving a legacy of memorable performances and emotional resonance. The world once adored Marlena Shaw's soulful voice and magnetic stage presence, a jazz legend whose songs transcended generations. Marlena passed on the 15th of August 2024 at 84, leaving behind a legacy of melody, emotion, and unforgettable musical brilliance. Few can forget when Noreen Virgin inspired generations as an educator and broadcaster. Her passion for storytelling and truth left lasting impressions. Noreen passed on the 10th of September 2024 at 78, leaving a legacy of wisdom, inspiration, and unwavering dedication to uplifting others. The world once adored Joyce Randolph's charm as Trixie in The Honeymooners, a television icon whose grace defined early sitcom history. Joyce passed on the 4th of September 2024 at 99, leaving a timeless legacy of laughter, warmth, and unforgettable classic television moments. Few can forget when Alec Musser captivated audiences in soap operas and stage productions. A talented actor whose performances drew admiration, Alec passed on the 15th of August 2024 at 51, leaving behind a legacy of dedication, artistry, and heartfelt storytelling. At the height of his career, Bill Hayes enchanted audiences with his music and acting in Days of Our Lives, a beloved star of the golden era. Bill passed on the 18th of September 2024 at 99, leaving a legacy of romance, melody, and enduring affection from fans worldwide. Few can forget when Lynn Marta's versatile performances lit up film and television. Her talent spanned decades and genres. Lynn passed on 22nd August 2024 at 79, leaving behind a legacy of artistry, charm, and unforgettable moments on screen. A symbol of television craftsmanship, Roy Battersby directed memorable dramas that captivated viewers. His vision shaped storytelling for generations. Roy passed on the 12th of September 2024 at 88, leaving an enduring legacy of creativity, influence, and exceptional direction. Few can forget when Peter Crombie's performances in theater and screen brought characters to vivid life, a versatile talent admired by colleagues and fans alike. Peter passed on the 20th of August 2024 at 71, leaving a legacy of dedication, passion, and unforgettable artistry. Few can forget when Adon Canto's magnetic presence lit up Designated Survivor, a rising star whose talent and dedication captured hearts on screen. Adon passed on the 18th of September 2024 at 42, leaving behind a promising legacy cut tragically short, inspiring fans to remember his brilliance forever. At the height of his career, Christian Oliver charmed audiences with roles in international films and television. His talent and charisma were undeniable. Christian passed on 12th August 2024 at 52, leaving a legacy of memorable performances and admiration that fans will carry in their hearts. A symbol of classic cinema, Glynis John's enchanting performances in Mary Poppins and countless films remain unforgettable. Her charm and grace defined a generation. Glynis passed on the 10th of September 2024 at 100, leaving an eternal legacy of elegance, artistry, and timeless cinematic magic. Few can forget when David's soul became an icon with Starsky and Hutch. His talent and presence captured hearts across decades. David passed on 22nd August 2024 at 81, leaving a legacy of unforgettable performances and a cherished place in television history. The world once admired Harry Johnson's remarkable contributions to music and performance, a devoted artist whose passion resonated deeply. Harry passed on the 30th of August 2024 at 81, leaving behind a legacy of inspiration, dedication, and melodies that will echo through generations.